more than 40 school pupils from a high school in Richards Bay are being treated for suspected gas inhalation after an apparent leak at a nearby chemical plant. Learners and residents in the vicinity of the school are reportedly experiencing difficulty breathing and nausea since early this morning. Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan is at Richards Bay High School, and she joins us now with a sense of what we know about what is happening there. Perhaps let's preface this, Karinda, by letting our viewers know that the situation, we understand, has been contained, so it is safe for you to be there. Perhaps let's start with an update in terms of what we know about these 40 learners and their state of health at this hour at least.
That's correct, Dudu. So far, the situation has been contained here in Richards Bay. We're outside the Richards Bay High School, where much earlier this morning, this was a scene of chaos. A number of ambulances here trying to take the learners who were experiencing this difficulty breathing, vomiting, nausea, and they've now been hospitalized or taken to clinics. I'm joined by the local councillor, Councillor Duvet, who tells us that most of the healthcare facilities around this area are now full to capacity as people are being treated for this inhalation of seemingly a toxic gas. Councillor, thank you for speaking to us. Maybe just take us back to, firstly, are the learners, have they been stabilized so far from what you know? And what happened this morning when you were called here?
Morning, thank you. So this morning we were greeted by traumatic scenes at the school with over 30 learners being affected by what seems to be an ammonia gas that came through this residential area. So ever since then they've been taken to hospital. Some are in serious conditions and many other has only minor symptoms. But at this stage, to the extent of their conditions and if they are stable, we do not know the exact facts thereof as yet. We're still waiting to hear from the local hospitals and clinics where they are currently kept. But yeah, it has been a serious issue that's been affecting the suburb lately. We've seen the exceeding of SO2 levels and non-compliance of the NEMA regulations quite often. Even this morning at 2 incidents, the SO2 levels exceeded the NEMA regulations. But it is expected, with the symptoms that people have shown and how they describe the odor that they actually smelled, that this is not SO2 or SO3 related, but can potentially be pneumonia. Apologies for that. At this stage, there's many allegations of who's responsible for these gas leaks, and we're still waiting for official statements and confirmation from the industrial areas to see who is responsible. What we have been doing is we've been collecting a lot of data from the residents and those affected to actually report these incidents and ensure that the authorities are notified and kept up to date, because we really want to take this public health matter further and whoever's responsible, hold them to account.
You told me earlier that it's not just the school learners that were affected. Tell me about what you've heard from the residents, the people that have now been booked into healthcare facilities. What's happening there?
Yeah, so Richards Bay High School, from what I know, has got over 30 learners that have been taken to hospital. John Ross College has got 3 learners taken to hospital. The municipal swimming pool, which is right next door, has got 2 employees that were affected. And there's quite a number of residents in this direct area and closer to the industrial areas that have also experienced serious symptoms this morning. So there's a large number of people actually affected by this incident.
There's some conflicting reports that the smell of these toxic chemicals started on Saturday. Some are saying this morning. As a resident, what happened here? When did the smell start? And have we seen this happen previously?
Look, this is a regular occurrence when it comes to SOC levels exceeding the NEMA standards and so forth. But this particular incident with the smell, SO2 and SO3, they are odorless. There was a clear odor in the air today. This happened this morning. I cannot confirm if it happened prior, but all indications show that this was a once-off incident of today only, and it's got nothing related to the previous SO2 levels that we've been experiencing here, especially in the last 3 weeks.
Councillor, with an incident of such magnitude, do you think this is going to be the time when residents are going to try now take some action to prevent such an occurrence from happening?
We certainly hope so. We certainly hope so. There's been many serious air quality related incidents in Richards Bay that has unfortunately led to the loss of life of some of the people. These air quality exceedances has happened quite oftenly. So we're really hoping that this time around the authorities will keep those responsible to account, and therefore we are calling on the public also to actually report their complaints, report their symptoms, and all of such experiences of today, to be able to, for the investigation to follow its course, and hopefully in the end to see accountability.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. That is the Mflathuze Ward 3 Councillor De Wet. Again, just touching on what has happened so far at the school, we have seen, or at least looking online, that issues of air quality and pollution within the atmosphere here, the air here, has been an issue that this community has been experiencing for quite some time now. And in this case, more than 30 learners, we understand, affected from this particular high school, being taken to hospital and clinics nearby, residents as well also being hospitalized. And we hear now that there's also a committee that had been set up previously that is asking for some more information if residents are feeling ill or who have witnessed anything, to come forward with that specific information. There are allegations online of a company that is believed to have been responsible for this apparent gas leak, but of course this is yet to be confirmed with those specific authorities as to what exactly happened. But in the meanwhile, the situation is calm here. It seems that those that were affected at this particular high school have been taken to a place of safety and are currently being treated for that illness.
No doubt, as more details come out as to what happened and why it hasn't been attended to, you'll definitely bring us those details and that information. Karinda, Jagmohan, thank you very much. The situation contained, and you are also safe where you are.